Hey, it's Dustin with the Davidson Group at ReeceNichols. I had a conversation earlier this week with a seller, and it was about selling a home FHA. And what that means as far as requirements and am I selling as is, what am I up against as far as repairs that I may have to make or what I may be asked to make. And really what I wanted to do in this video is break down the difference between a home inspection and an appraisal, and what that means for a buyer and a seller, because they mean different things, and I think there's a lot of confusion between the two. So as we jump into the inspection piece, or really let's take a step back. So you're a home seller and we're touring your home, and you say, listen, I don't want to fix anything, I don't want to do anything, I just want to sell my home to someone who has 20% down or all cash. And really my pushback to you would be obviously touring the home and making the decision, but you're going to take out a lot of your buyer pool if you don't open up to cash or conventional. By the way, conventional can go as low as 3%. But FHA buyers, VA buyers, and rural development buyers are very, very plentiful right now because of the great rates, because of the low downs, and just because of the overall programs that they provide. So when we have that conversation, I've seen it, understand and know a little bit about the guidelines, the handbook that's utilized to look at these properties, and so I can make a discernment as to whether or not there's going to be major things that pop up. Inevitably, there will be something that's missed, but in most cases it's small, it's very, very minor, and so we can move forward with those next steps. As a home buyer, though, when we get into looking at properties and we have conversations about inspections and appraisal, they think about the costs that are incurred because there's two different costs. One's required by the lender and the other isn't. And so sometimes they forego the inspections because they think that the appraiser is going to catch everything, when in reality they're looking at completely separate things. And so whether you're a home buyer or a home seller, you need to know and understand the difference between the two. A home inspection is a buyer requested and buyer driven process. A home appraisal is a lender driven and lender requested process. If the property is selling FHA, rural development, VA, or essentially is government backed or government insured, then it's going to have this guideline or guidebook of things that may have to meet or be done prior to the sale of the home. When they send that list of things that have to be done, it's called predication work. The predication can be taken care of by the seller or the buyer, but in most cases, in our market, the seller assumes that responsibility. So we just need to have the conversation and make sure that we're clear on both sides of it. Hey, if you're in the middle of the process, you have questions about what that looks like, or maybe you're about to jump in, it's just a conversation. If you're a home seller and you're thinking, hey, should I sell my home just cash or conventional, or should I open up to those government insured loans? We can tour the property. I can tell you what I've seen. I can tell you the things that may hit, and you can make the educated decision on your own. As a home buyer, I'm always going to preface that you do home inspections, because an appraiser and an inspector look at completely different things. And so it's important, even though it's more money out of your pocket, to have that peace of mind. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video today. If you have any questions, you can feel free to comment. You can message me directly. I would love to meet up and talk in more detail about this or anything real estate related. Hope you're doing well. I'll see you on the next one.